We're going to learn how to use Native Ministry International. You see, I've added that as a favorite to my toolbar. You see the address, native, nativemi.org. So do not need to type that out all the time. You can add an icon to your home screen, but under learning how to travel, I could go to how to find existing tribes, which there are 8 different ways. If I go to tribes listing, I could simply type in Apache or Sioux to quickly narrow it down, or I could use 2 mapping features. Personally, as I travel the country, which in the last couple of years I've been to 30 reservations, my goal is to be to 327. Now that we're about to officially launch this one, I will show you 2 ways of finding your way around Native America. To begin with, the first one is a placeholder icon map. So you simply broaden it. Depending on your computer you're using, I'm using a touch screen. I just use my fingers. If you're using a trackball, you simply select and then use your trackball to expand, however you need to expand your screen. See the names appear. I can zoom in or out as far as I want. There's South Dakota. You can go ahead and just select one of them you might be interested in. So if I select that one, on the left hand side you see email, name of the tribe, phone number, website. If you go to the website, you can find out whatever you want in regard to their website. This particular function of Native Ministry International I use to determine which way I'm driving, because when I was out this past time, 48 days, we went to quite a number of states, different conferences, meetings, and it helped me select my route. Now, here's a map by state. If you look at the state map, you'll notice the dark states. There are no federal tribes. In the Indian Removal Act, under Andrew Jackson, a lot of the tribes are moved west of the Mississippi. Not all, but many. So here you have tribes that are no longer in existence federally. There are state tribes in these particular ones. So depending on your numbers that you're looking at about 567 federal tribes or so. State tribes account, depending on whose list you are going by, 140 to 240 by way of state tribes. It's approximately 800 tribes depending on whose list you're going by. Now, if I were to click Oklahoma, you would see that all of the tribes in Oklahoma are listed. Now, if I were to go ahead and select Cherokee Nation, you would see immediately their tribal map, which I'll come back to because that's where you're going to make a lot of your plans. But initially on the left side, the mailing address, physical address, phone number, fax number, their tribal website, a little bit of history on the right, Wikipedia article. They do have Twitter, Bureau of Indian Affairs, who's over them, some additional information. Now, as you're scrolling to the right, there are all the federal tribes. as well as a list of all the state tribes that are in that particular state that are not federal, that are seeking federal recognition. So you do see a map of the federal Cherokee Nation, their location. Another map area. There's the Bureau of Indian Affairs, who's over them. There's all the tribes of the United States, all the tribes of the United States and Canada. This particular map has various information on Oklahoma. Back up to the top where their tribal map is. Let me go ahead and try to reduce that down. Come on. Now, if you look at their particular tribal map, if I were to click directions, that would GPS me to their tribal headquarters. If I click view larger map on the left-hand side, it now brings me to a larger map of the area that I could once again go ahead and look around. If I clicked any particular icon, I said, well, I need a haircut, so I click that. Left-hand side, that comes up. On the left-hand side, you'll notice nearby. I'm going to go ahead and select nearby. And I want to, when I make my trip, go to a hotel. This brings all your hotels on the very left-hand side. You could scroll through. You could see their various rates. And you can make a selection. I'm going to go ahead and select nearby. By the way, you see it send to your phone. You can share it with somebody else saying this is where I'm going to be staying. I want to go out and eat as I'm making my trip. There's a number of things on the map, not necessarily showing you everything right away, which I could expand or contract with my fingers. But on the left-hand side, I could go ahead and select those particular places, and so I'm interested, and so I say, let me see, Mexican Grill is closed right now, but there we go, there it is. And then you can scroll down, see various reviews, menu items, etc. Now, under nearby, if I were to select that, I could go ahead and do bars and pubs, etc. Now, if you were to go ahead and fully expand this, as you see, you can see Lowe's home delivery, you could find gas stations, you could find Walmart Supercenter. As you see there, once you find a particular business or establishment, you could click directions And if this is on your phone, you can go ahead and navigate GPS to where you need to go. So this is a way to utilize the travel feature. Once again, those are simply using the mapping features. But if I were to go back to tribes, how to find existing tribes, I could go ahead in 8 different ways find a particular tribe alphabetically, state drop down list, zip code, region, search by keyword, which is Apache, Sioux, Assiniboine, whatever the word might be, show all, mapping. I'm just going to go ahead and search by keyword. If I type in and I say, I know it's a Sioux tribe, but which one is it? So if you look there, typing Sioux, you will see the various Sioux tribes. So you say, well, you know, I was planning on going to Standing Rock. So you select it. Once again, you're at their website and you use the same feature. Directions will take you to the tribal headquarters, view larger map to see other ways of planning. Those are this is how you utilize Native Ministry International to conduct your business trip. Once again, you can share that with other business leaders, ministry leaders, your wife, your husband, children. You could, whatever you selected, this is where I'm staying, this is where I'm eating, meet me here for lunch, so on.